All of you, welcome back once again to this brand new course to all the AI developer or agentic AI developer. In this course, you're going to learn completely from A to Z about OpenClaw, that how you can set up in cloud, connect with your own application, perform all type of tasks. So this one is agentic model we have at the moment, which can perform any tasks we want to execute. We can provide our credential and it's going to go to the places and do all the stuff. So this is a powerful agentic model we have, and you as a developer, you have to know that how things work under the hood. This course will teach you that how you can set up your agentic AI in cloud and connect with your dApp and perform all the necessary requirement for doing the setup, for building the double authentication, creating the token model. That's all you will master. Divided in multiple chapters. So first we'll understand the architecture, that what exactly we're going to develop and how we're going to communicate. Then we'll start about the cloud-based services. Then we're going to follow that how we can deploy our agentic AI in cloud, doing all the necessary configuration from our terminal, or we can use the cloud-based provider terminal for building the secure environment to execute our model. You will also learn that how you can build your own Docker environment and keep all the necessary tools which give you more power to your agentic AI, to your OpenClaw AI. That's enough for the introduction part of this entire course. Now let's go through the entire assets and how we're going to plan the entire course and follow one section at a time. Welcome back once again to the first part of our course. So the very first thing we have to do is to create a directory in which we're going to keep all the assets for this project. So simply give a name called OpenClaw, and that's what we are learning in this course. And this is the directory you have to open in your VS Code, where we're going to keep all the assets, all the document, all the guides, so we can help and take the reference when we're going to deploy our agentic model to cloud-based service and build the entire project. So close this one, and this is what you have to open in your VS Code. So let's click on this VS Code. I have the employee repository. I'll click on this open. I'll go back to desktop. I'll select this one and click on open. Right now, you will find that I have this empty directory. I don't have anything in this. I'll make a little bit zoom so you can see we don't have anything in that. Now, the second thing you have to do is to clone the repository. The link is provided in the description, so you can simply click there and you can come back to the GitHub repository. You will come back to this GitHub repository. So this is the repository I have created, in which I have provided all the documentation, all the lessons, all the guides. That's all is given. So you will find that we have this couple of folders and files. So we have the Hostinger, we have the OpenClaw app, which is going to communicate with our front end, and here you will find all the details about this course and what we're going to utilize. So you can simply click here and you can see what are the chapters we have included. We have the hosting, connection, server, installation, the cloud-based domain installation, API. That's all the model you will find. Make sure to clone this repo, the link in the description, or you can simply open a new tab and type Daulad Hussain GitHub and hit enter. You will find the very first link. Click here and you will come back to my GitHub repository. Click on this repository. This way also you can find the repository. So now the first thing we have to do is to clone the repository. So come back here, click on this. Here you will have two options. You can download it as a zip or you can simply clone it. So we're going to simply clone it, copy this particular string, and now you can come back to your code editor. Here we are in the VS Code. Now open up your terminal. You can see I'm in this particular directory. This directory is very important. Now you have to simply type git clone, give the URL, and you have to give this dot. So it's going to unpack the entire repo in this particular location. Give this dot and hit enter. Now I'm cloning the repository. You can see we have successfully cloned the entire repository. So I'll simply close this one and I can come back here. Let's delete this one. Once you clone the repository, now you will have this folder, Hostinger, and we have this OpenClaw app. So we're going to use the cloud-based service, means a VPS hosting platform, which is Hostinger, which provides us amazing flexibility, so you can simply connect and control all the VPS servers very easily, and it's very user friendly. So if you click in that, you will find that here you will have a couple of chapters. So we have the environment variable. Later we're going to discuss that why we have this environment variable and how we're going to simply configure and provide all the details when we're going to execute and deploy our agentic model and when we're going to interact. So here you will find all of this variable. Again, one thing I want to highlight is that all the installation we're going to do, that will happen in our VPS server, in our cloud server, not in our internal system. In that way, you will have the secure system. So you can simply build your model, deploy and perform all the question and tasks on the cloud-based service, which is Hostinger. That's why I've called Hostinger. So this is the environment variable. We're going to discuss extensively in the course. Now you can come back to the hostinger purchase. Here I have given the complete details that which system you have to pick, because we are using cloud-based service. So this agentic model has couple of requirements. If you really want to take the full potential of this agentic AI, you need to provide some resources. So if you come back here you will find all the details which I have given, that what you need exactly. So KTM2 plan you need, in that you need 2 GB core, 8 GB RAM, 100 GB storage, because we're going to provide multiple tasks. You can install Chromium, we're going to install Docker, multiple tools we're going to install into our system which can give more power to our AI model. We have 2 GB bandwidth and we get the dedicated API which allow us to perform all the calls we can include in our front-end application. So that's the recommended one I would suggest you. It's very cheap, you can start with that, but this is absolutely recommended if you really want to use the full potential of this model. Here you will find all the details, although we're going to cover extensively all of these setups together. I'm just giving you the quick overview of this architecture. In the second model, we're going to learn about that how we can connect with our VPS. So there are two models to connect. One you can do straight away with the cloud terminal, but we're going to follow the next step because we are a developer. So we're going to connect with our own terminal, and from there we're going to control our entire cloud-based server. Then we're going to learn about the server initialization, that how you can initialize the server, activate it. That's all we're going to do. After that, we're going to do the installation of Docker. You can install the model, the agentic model straight away, but we're going to build a safest system where we can interact. We can do a couple of more installation because we need to perform multiple tasks. So we'll build the Docker environment, and in that we're going to keep our AI model. After that, you will learn about the domain, that if you want to configure a custom domain, that's what we'll do it, or you can go with a dedicated API. And here we have the API references which we can use to connect with different applications. So we can control the port, or we can make it public. Anybody can include in their application and communicate with our agentic model which is in our VPS server. Here you will find the configuration I have given for Docker environment. We're going to explore each one of this step by step. If you come back here, Nexus engine configuration I have, just keep it as it is. That's all will be covered extensively in the course. Here we have the setup plan, so you can simply have a look that how we're going to plan this entire course. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to have our setup, we have our frontend app, we have our using the Next.js. We're going to build the WebSocket which connect with our hostinger VPS server, in which we'll have the Docker environment. There we're going to keep our models, the agentic model, and we have all of this configuration. So you will learn extensively of all of this setup. So that's what we have in the hostinger. Let's close this one. Close this one. We have the OpenClaw, which is a front end where we can simply connect and perform all the communication. And here we have the README file, which you can have a look. So I hope you have understood the entire structure of this particular course, that how we're going to navigate, because most of the time we're going to spend in the cloud-based services where we're going to do the setup. We're going to interact with our terminal into our cloud. We have to do multiple verification for admin, for creating a copy user to give a shadow access so he can perform certain tasks on behalf of us, because you cannot give the root access. You can, but you can control the accessibility as well. So that's all we're going to learn about it. And before you start this course, I want to give you a quick disclaimer that in this course, you need a cloud-based hosting, VPS server. Without that, you cannot able to complete this course, because all of this AI model deployment configuration in the cloud we're going to do on our VPS hosting. So there you need your own hosting, and you are a developer. You need to have your own system. Right now, the hostings are very cheap. You can have in $5 to $10. It's really very cheap. So you should have one VPS server where you can do all the testing. So running this AI model locally, it's very dangerous because it will expose your lot of important credential, and it will have a full access of your system to perform all the changes. So that's why we are using the VPS server, which is a cloud-based environment where we are installing the Docker and then installing our agent model. With that said, let's start with this particular course. So copy this particular URL. When you will use this URL, you will get 75% discount on your first purchase, or if you have already purchased, you will get an amazing discount. So simply copy that and open up your browser. Come back here, come back to your browser, open a new tab and paste the URL which you have copied and hit enter. It will open Hostinger. Hostinger, by far one of the best platform which allow you to host your application, host your website. So you will find all the details about their plan, about the services and the team support they have when you have any query, when your site is getting down, when it's come to backup. That's all is there. So no matter which country you are coming from, you will find exclusive 80% discount if you use the link. And right now they're giving amazing offers. So right now I'm from India and that's what I'm buying, and I'm getting 80% discount on the regular hosting. So you can check if you want to host your website. You can go with single, premium, business and cloud startup depending on your business which you want to launch. You can simply compare up the plans which they have, that how many websites you can hold in a single, in a premium, in a business and a cloud startup. But in our project we need a VPS hosting where we can host our model. So you can come back to the services section, and here you will find all the services which Hostinger provides. So they have a list of all the services which you can pick from, but the one we need is this VPS hosting. So click on this VPS hosting and you will come back to the VPS section of Hostinger, and there you will find all the details about the plan and how you're going to utilize it, what are the models which you can execute. So it's really best and very reliable at the moment. So if you're a small startup or intermediate or bigger startup, you can go with the plan. They have all the plan for all type of businesses. So right now you will have 71% offer on your VPS hosting. So you can compare it no matter which country you are coming from, you will have this amazing offer. So you can come back here and right now you will find that here you will have 4 options. You can go with this KVM 1, KVM 2, KVM 4 and KVM 8. But the one I would suggest you to pick is this most popular one. So we need 8 GB RAM at least to execute our model, which can call and handle all the requests, and it will do all the research which you want to do and run the model. So we need this most popular one, which is KVM 2, and that's what I would suggest you to pick one, because in this you will get this 2 CVO core, 8 GB RAM, 100 GB of storage which you need to maintain the memory of the models, and we have this 8 TB bandwidth which is enough to launch any model. So all you have to do is to pick the plan. If you want, you can compare with other plan as well. So if you have fun, you can go with this one or this one. But if you're an absolute beginner and just starting up for testing, you should go with this KVM 2. Developer, you must have your own VPS hosting where you can build your application and test. So I'll simply pick this choose plan, and it's going to take me to the billing section where I can able to select all the models which I want to include into my VPS hosting. So here you will find the entire cart section. There you will have all the pricing. So they have bunch of inbuilt installation which you can pick at the start, but I will show you from start. So later if you want to use different model, different LLM, different hosting, that's all you can do. So right now you will find that it's selected 24 month. I would suggest you to go with the 24 month, but you can also take it for 1 year where you will have the maximum discount. Or if you want to just test, you can go with 1 month. But I would highly encourage you to pick the 1 year at least plan, because you need your own VPS hosting where you can. So you will find that if you go with 1 month, you won't get the free domain. But if you want to get the free domain, you can simply come back here, go back to the 12-month plan, and you can pick the free domain you can claim. And this much money I have to pay. So if you come back here, I'm from India, so you can pick your location. So I will go with India, and you will find the operating system. So you can go with this by default, like you can go with this Untum, because this is what we're going to use it and where we're going to install the Docker. You can check the other models which they provide. So if you want, you can simply use this, use the deployer. If you go back to the application, we have the Docker. That's what we'll use it. So you can simply select and it will install the moment you will purchase, but we'll do that in our system later. So make sure to pick the plan. I'm not going to do any installation. I'll just keep it as it is, and I'll pick 12-month plan, but you can pick any plan. Click on continue. So now I have to log in before I proceed the payment. So I'll simply click here. Finally, it's creating my account. Just wait. Once your account will be created, now you will have the checkout page. And here you have to fill out all the details about your payment. So I have my first name. I can change the name or I can go with the same name. So let me quickly fill out all the details. After that, I will make the purchase. And then we are ready to have our own dashboard from where we can able to control and make all the calls. I'll click on this continue. And here I will have the payment options. I have to simply select on this. Now finally the payment is completed and I got back to this situation. Just wait, soon it will redirect me to my dashboard where I will have my own VPS server, and we are ready to install our model, and we can connect with our front-end app and make all the call and see all the AI. We'll see the tasks which AI is performing. So here you will have a couple of options which you can pick from. So first thing, you can simply choose a model which you want to use, but I'll say to go back to your dashboard first. So let's click on this, go back, and you can have a look. So you have your region. I'll select India. I'll click on this next, and you will have this model. So I simply click on this, and I don't want to install right now. So what I will do, you will come back here. Now I'll go back to my dashboard. So I'll simply come here. I'll say type hostinger, remove this one, type hostinger, hit enter, and you can simply log in once again. I'll click on my account, and it will take me to my dashboard where I can see the purchase I have made. So you will find that I'm connected with the same email ID. And if I go back to my VPS right up here, and you can see I already got my purchase VPS right up here, which is the KVM2 plan. You can click here in the VPS and you will come back to the VPS, and you can see right up here. Now, this is the first part, that how we can buy our VPS hosting, which plan we have to pick. Now, the second part is to do all the setups and connect with our personal system where we can give all the command to do the installation of the model. So now we have to do the setup. So once you are in the VPS section, click on the setup, and it will take you right up here. Make sure to select your region. I'm from India, and that's what I have selected. That's what it says, best legacy. So I'll go with India. Or if you want, you can simply search for other region based on your country. So I'll go with this one. I'll click on this next. Now I have to pick the system which I want to use in my project. So as I told you that we're going to use Onto, which one is very powerful and has a lot of features. So let's click on that. And here we go with the latest version. So if I select here, you will find all the models which is there, but we'll go with the latest one, and that's what is recommending us. So I'll simply select here, click on this, select, and it will take you to the next section. And here you have to create your password. This one is very important for you. You have to create your password. You can create a root password, or you can go with the SH key. This one is saying optional, but if you really want to build a secure VPS connection, secure system, because this one is hackable, but this one is more secure. So I want to connect with my SSH key, and that's what I would suggest you to do that. You can go with the password, there's no problem in that, but you should go with the SSH key. And you have to know, because you are a developer, you're going to work on the cloud, you're going to work on your VPS server, then you need to know how you can configure that, which build more secure system. Because if someone try to hack your model and try to get into your system, if they try 2 or 3 or 4 times, after 3 times it will automatically block it for 24 hours. So you can click here and you can able to follow this instruction. So you can click here and you can generate your SSH key and you can provide that. But that's going to be more complicated for you. If you're absolute beginner, then I will go with a simple root password. And here you have to decide the strongest password which you can remember. So let me provide my password. Once you copy your password, now click on this next. And remember this password, because this is the password we're going to use to make the connection with our VPS server. So click on this next. And you will come back here. It will ask you to save the password. So yeah, just skip this one as of now. And here you will have these 2 options. So we have to click on this, enable this one and this one, click on this finish setup, and just wait. And it will take few minutes to activate your server, and you will be redirected to your dashboard. So just wait. By the time it's installing, you can grab a coffee and just wait and watch. All the thing will be installed, and you will have your dashboard where you can able to do all the installation, and we can connect and load the model. And finally, the installation is completed. You will find that your SSL access is activated. You can simply run in your terminal. So you can simply copy that as well and save somewhere safe. I'm showing you this credential because after this tutorial, I'm going to delete it. So once you save it, come back to manage VPS, click here, and it will take you to your dashboard. You will find all the details about your application. So you will be redirected to your dashboard, and it will give you this pop-up model. So you can quickly answer this, because if you can't answer, it's not going to remove. So your VPS server is successfully activated and created. Let me quickly answer this one, and I can pick any random one, and I can click on the save, and it will be save all the setting. You heard the noise that my system is ready and it's activated. You will find that this is our root which we can connect in our terminal. You will find all the details about your system. This is your VPS hosting details. Again, I'm showing you, but after this tutorial, I'm going to delete this system. And here you will find the current plan which I have taken when it's getting expired. This is the auto renewal is on. We have the CPU, you can see the memory, you can see the disk space. That's all you will find. You will find that we have already installed the malware scanner, and that's all we have. If you come back here, you will have this Docker manager. There you can check all the project which you have, because we're going to install our project inside the Docker. You can see the credential. There you will find all the credential for providing the accessibility. That's all you can have. You can see the catalog. This is the new feature they have included, but you can utilize it, in which you will find multiple applications which you can install to run in your system. If you come back to the settings, there you will find all of these models. You can activate the firewall, which we're going to do it. You can activate the SSH configuration, host name. You can delete that one. You can check the DNS. That's all you will have. If you come back to the OS panel, this is the operating system we have taken, in which we go to do the installation. There are multiple one, but you can simply skip that as of now. If you come back to the license, there you will have the license which you have. If you go back to the backup monitoring, in which you will find the snapshot, you will have the saver use case, latest actions. That's all you will find. So you have this complete system in which you can do all the stuff which you want, the way you want to utilize it. So you will have this automatically malware scanner, and we'll have this firewall, which is really powerful for security. If you come back to the APIs, there you will find the model which you can simply execute and run in the project. So this is our API model we have. You can check the notification. That's all is there. So come back here in the dashboard. This is my account. I can click on this VPS. If you're lost, you can click on this VPS and you will come back to your system. Click on this manage and you will come back to your VPS dashboard. So looking good. Every single thing is perfect. Now it's time to connect with our application. So right now you will find that we have this terminal. So you can use this inbuilt browser terminal to simply perform all the command to do the installation of the model. So if you click here, it will open up this terminal, and so you can simply perform all the transactions. So this is your browser terminal where you can do all the installation, but I'm not going to use my browser terminal. We are developer. We have to use our own system. So I'm going to use my own system. So let's move to the next stage where we go to connect with our VPS hosting. Now we can start connecting with our VS Code terminal, or you can simply use your local terminal for your operating system. So I can simply copy this one because this will allow us to access my VPS server. So I'll simply come back to my VS Code, and this is what you have got in the final source code, in which I have given you all the instructions. So right now we are on the second phase. We have completed the first one. Now we are in the second phase. So I'll open up my terminal, and I have this one. I have simply paste my root, and I will hit enter. And when you do it for the very first time, this is what you will get. Can't be established. And this is absolutely normal. Before you access any VPS server, you have to provide the command and build the connection. So that's why we can able to make the secure model. So all you have to do is to simply type yes and hit enter. The moment you do that, you will have this model. We are building the connection, and here you have to provide the password. Remember, we were given. So when you will type the password, nothing going to be displayed here. So let me provide the password which I told you to copy. So let me give that. So once you will give your right password, you will have the complete details about your system which you have installed. You will find the document, you will find the systems. That's all is there. You can see the IP address. That's all you will have. Now you can simply scroll down and you are connected with your VPS. You can see the details. If you want to verify that, you can check. You can simply type, let's say, host name and hit enter, and it will give you the host name which we are using. So this is our host name. If you want to check the operating system, you can simply say name, hit enter, and it will give you the details that what we are using. It's a Linux, so it's looking absolutely fine. If you want to check the configuration, that's all you can do that. Config.me, hit enter, and it's going to give you that. Obviously, I'm not going to show you my IP credential, so I'm going to remove this command. But you can see we have built establishment of the network. And by the way, if you get lost your connection, for example, if I close this one, or suppose if I want to click on this exit, I'll simply type exit and hit enter, and I'm exit from my server. The connection is lost. If I want to rebuild the connection, I can simply give the command. So if I come back here, this is my root connection model. And this time I only need to hit enter, and it will build the connection, and it will ask for my password. So let me give my password. So we got it back. Now let me bring this down, and I have already given you all the instructions. So I can come back here, and we have done with all the stuff. Now I can come back here, and you will find that we need to build the connection. So like if I come back all the way down, this is the one model we have to add. So this is the one we have to run. And what this will do, it will allow us to build the connection permanently. So we can simply start the model, and it will activate. If you want to build every time, whenever you open, if you want to build the connection every single time, then you have to run this particular command, and that's all you will find. So you can pick this particular command, and that's what you can simply paste here and hit enter. The moment you will do that, you will have the complete this particular model, and this is the piece of code you have to paste here. So here you have to paste your VPS IP, which we already have. So we can simply come back to our provider, and this is the VPS IP. Copy that one, and that's what you can come back here, and that's what you can simply replace. Paste here. You got that details. That's what you are providing. Now you have to simply take this piece of code like this code you need to get, and that's what you can provide it. Paste here. Now you have to simply type Control O to save it. I'll simply type Control O and it will be saved, and you will find that it's saved in our system. Perfect. Yes. And click on this exit, and you are exit, and you have saved the code successfully. Build the connection and looks perfect. If I simply type exit, and you will find that it will display something like this, means your connection is successfully built, and we can close this one. So we are done with the connection building, we are done with the purchase. It's time to do the installation. So you can come back here, and here you will find all the details about the installation which you can do. So first thing we have to do is to set up the project. So before installing cloud, we need to secure and prepare our system. So it will take up to 10 minutes. So that's the first thing. Now what we have to do is we have to simply update our server to the latest one. So first we have to build the connection, connect to the VPS, and we already know how we can do it. So I'll simply clear up my terminal. I'll simply give my pass mode, and let's give the password. So we have built the connection. Perfect. Now we have to run this command to simply update the system. So I'll simply bring it up. Let's bring it up here, and let's paste the command and hit enter. And you will find that the installation is started. This might take a little bit time, and it's going to update our entire system, and it will do all the installation. Once you're done with that, now it's telling us to simply upgrade the version. Simply copy, paste here, and hit enter, and you will find that here it's happening. Just give some time, relax, let it be complete, and this might take 2 to 5 minutes. That's what I have mentioned here. You can see these are the few things we got it, and you can read about it, that what it does. So what we have done, first we have downloaded the list, and then we are simply installing all the updates. After that, we have to go back to the root. So running everything on root is risky, so let's create a regular user. And how we can do that? We can simply run this particular command, and it's going to create a user for us. So once you're done with that, now we have to create a user. So we can simply copy this one. Once you copy that one, you can come back here, paste, hit enter, and you will find that it's asking for password. It's asking for password. So make sure to give a good password. So I'll give the same password and hit enter. Again, you have to retype the password to confirm the password. And you will find that we have successfully set that. If you want to give the name, and it will ask you a couple of things. So let's press enter to skip all of that. So let's call this, I don't want to provide it. Just follow the instruction which I have mentioned here. Okay, here you will have it. Type Y and hit enter. Once you do that, you will be connected with your system, and your password is created successfully. Now it says save this password somewhere safe on your Mac, like Apple Notepad, to keep it safe. Now you can come back here. You will find that give your user admin privilege. So this is how we can give it, because this user we have created, I want to give the same access as an admin level, because that's what we have to do the installation. So to do that, we can simply copy this one, and that's what we can paste here. Hit enter, and you will find that here we are giving the access. So once you will do that, it's going to give you this. Now we have to come back here in the third stage. And what we have to do, we have to uncompile firewall, protect our server from unauthorized access. Run each command one by one. So first we have to run this particular one. Simply copy that one, come back here, paste here, hit enter, and it's going to give you this something like this, the rule update and the rules update v6. So once you have that, now you can allow this one. Simply copy this one, paste, hit enter, and you got this one. Allow HTTP, copy this one, paste here, hit enter, and it says rule up. Once you're done with that, now you can simply copy this one and simply let's paste here and hit enter. We got that one. Now we have to say this, copy, run this command, hit enter, and you will find here something like command may disturb existing SSL connection, proceed with operation Y. So and that's what you will find. So here what do you have to do? You have to type yes, because we have to go with the safest system. Hit enter and here you will come back to your directory. Once you come back here, you can check the status of the firewall to verify. You can click here and hit enter. You will find this is our verification. So let's open this up. We're done with the verification. Let's close this one. Open up your terminal and you will find we got back to our terminal. And here we have this entire status. This is the command we have run. If you lost the connection, like for example, if I type exit, exit. If I clear my terminal, I can simply give my password, like the domain root, I can give them my password and I'm back here. If I want to check the status, I can say this command because I have already done the installation. I'll simply give here, hit enter and you will find the setup we have done. All the action is allowed. We have the open SSS. That's all the port we have set. Looks great. Now, if you come back here, this is what exactly it would look like. Once you're done with that, now you can come back here and you can simply execute this command. Install tools you will need throughout the setup. Essential package. So you can simply allow us to simply see all the performance which the AI agents are doing. So here we have all the packages which we need to install to set up. So simply copy that one and paste here, hit enter, and it will take a little bit time to do the installation. By the time it's happening, we can see all the details that once it will get complete, this install everything in one command, wait for it to complete and you will have all of this. So we have done with the installation. You can read about it that what are the each packages do, like download all the files from the URL. That's all we have. Now come back to the next one, time zone. So you will come back here and you can simply copy this command to set up the time zone. Simply copy, paste here, hit enter, and you will find which time zone you want to pick. So the one I would suggest you to go with this one. You can simply copy the command and hit enter and you have set the time zone. Perfect. Now you can come back here. You can simply copy this command and that's what you can simply paste and hit enter. And here you will find all the details about the time zone which you can simply select. So the most common time zone which you will find is this one, but I'll go with Asia and Kolkata because that's where I'm from. If you're from New York, Los Angeles, London, you can pick that. So let me go with my country time zone and I can simply come here and I have to simply select. Once you're done with that, now you can simply exit. So you can simply do like this and you are back. You can simply paste the command and hit enter and it will be set. So the time zone is set. This one is optional. If you want to check, you can simply run this command, the date, and you can check. You can hit enter and you will find the time zone and the date is looking absolutely fine. We got it. This is the current time I'm having at the moment which I'm recording the video. Now come back to the next one, like configure automatically security updates. So for that we need to simply run this command. Again, I would suggest you to read these comments which I have given. Paste here, hit enter, and here we are doing the installation of all the security models. That's what we got it. Now we can come back here and we have to simply get this, paste here and just hit enter, and here it will ask you something like this. So when a dialog appear, you use arrow key to select yes. So arrow key and you have to hit enter. Once you're done with that, you have selected. Now you can come back to the next stage where you have to simply test your new user. So this is what I got it. Now this is the command we can run, su, which will give us the admin level access. Simply copy that one and it will allow us to give the switch, give the command, hit enter, and here you got it. You can see we have accessed the particular user we have created and it says like your prompt will be changed from this to this, and that's what happened. This one is the root level access for the admin and this one we have for the user. Got it. Now you can come back here and you can simply run this one to verify the access and you can check its required password. So let me give the password. Hit enter and you got this root. So the password is perfect. You have verified who am I. Now you can come back here. This is what you will get as an output. Now you can come back here. Let's go and act out of this root. So simply copy that one, paste here and hit enter. Very simple. Now we have come back to the admin one. So set up SS key for password. Let's log in. And why this one is important, because right now you can see that every time I'm running this particular command, I have to give my password. But you can also do with the SS key. which you can simply generate from your system and you can simply configure. So here you will find the information like this is more secure than password login and code convenient. On your local machine, open up your new terminal in VS Code. That's what I have said. So you can simply click here to open it up and you can come back here. And if you want to see the SH key, you can simply copy that one. And that's what you can do that. You can run this one. Check if you already have the SH key. So I already have my SH key and I'm going to hide it. I'm not going to show you. Okay. So I'll first open a new terminal. I'm in the same directory. I'll simply copy this one and I'll paste here and I'll hit enter. And I already have my key which I can use, but in your case, if you don't have it, you can simply run this command and it's going to create a new key for you. You can simply give your email ID. Again, I already have a bunch of keys, so I'm not going to create a new one. If you want to find your existing key, you can simply run this command. So if I run this command, I will have my key right up here. Again, I'm going to hide that one. So I'll paste here. Now we have to get our entire code. It's starting from SS. And that's what I have to paste in my VPS server. So here we come back to our VPS server. Now go back to the setting and here we have this SH key. So simply click here and here you can add your key. So click on this add. You have to simply paste the entire key and you can call whatever you want. So let's call something like Hostinger. I'll say VPS Hostinger and click on this save. Once you will save that, it will take a little bit time to do the configuration. So finally, if you want to see, you can click here and you can have a look. But we have saved it successfully. Now we can come back to our terminal. Once you're done with that, simply close this terminal. Now we are in this one. Perfect. We have cloned this one and now we can simply make the connection. So we need a server one. So I'll simply come back here and go back to the dashboard and this is our key. I'll simply copy that one and go back to the terminal. I'll simply replace. We got it. Simply copy that one and copy this entire command and that's what you have to paste and hit enter. And you will find that error not identify. Okay, so this is what we have to do in a new terminal. So first I'll simply open a new terminal and paste here and hit enter. And here it is going to do that. So finally we are connected with the next route. Make sure this should be running. This time we have connected with our user. So here I have to give my password. So let me give that. And hit enter and you would be connected. So if you open this up, it will prompt something like this. Now try logging with the machine and here we have it. So once you're done with that, you can come back here and here you can provide your root. So it's a test password login. I can paste here. Once you're done with that, copy this one and that's what you can simply pass, hit enter. And here you got it. You will find that you have built the connection and all the details looks great. So the root login credential for the user is absolutely set. Perfect. Now you should connect with without being asked password. So when you will run this command, it's not going to ask you any password. Perfect. Now if you come back here we have given a couple of details. So server status. So if you come back here and if you want to check all the details about the disk we have, you can simply copy that one and now you can simply paste that and hit enter. It's going to give you the information about the storage, the size, that's all is there. You can check that all. Now if you want, you can simply run off this command. That looks great. Now if you want to see the memory, you can give the command and hit enter. We are accessing on the root level. You can see the machine size, the share, the free, that's all is there. Now you will find all of this. If you want to check the CPU, you can copy that one, paste here, hit enter and you can see the chip CPU and that's what is displaying because we have bought the KVM2. And here you will have the check version. So if you want to check the system version, you can hit enter and you can simply type this and we got the version. Looks fine and that's what is displaying. Perfect. So we are done with the third stage where we have successfully done the installation and connected with our server. So I'll simply now we have to go back to the fourth stage where we can simply do the installation of Docker. So you can come back here and there you will find all the details about the Docker. So what we're going to do, we're going to install the Docker in which we're going to install our model. So we'll say Docker run in isolation. That's all the details which you will find and you can come back here. So this is how we can start our root. So first I'm going to clear up my terminal. Perfect. Now I'll open up my terminal once again. We have lost the connection, but we can build the connection and it's not going to ask the password this time. So I'll simply copy that one And that's where I can come back here. I'll simply provide my URL, paste here. I got it. Simply copy this command and paste and hit enter, and you will find that it will not go to ask you password anymore because we have done the SSL verification, SSH key. So when we're done with that, now we can simply check this configuration. So simply copy that one. Just do the way it's mentioned. Hit enter and you will find the details. So this is what it's going to reflect for the very first time. Now you can simply say yes, hit enter. You have to give your password. So let me do that. And you have built your connection. Perfect. We got that. All the details, all the models looks great. Now we can come back here and we have to do the installation. So first, this is the official method to install the Docker in our system. So you can simply do that. There you will find all the details that how you can simply do the install and how you can do the installation of the Docker. That's all you will find. So let's come back here, and this is the script you have to copy because that's what we're going to do the installation. Simply copy, paste here, hit enter, and here we have done this one, the root location. Now once you're done with that, you can simply come back here. That's what you can set, hit enter, and here you will find all the details. So I would suggest you to simply read. You will find all the detail. You can press this and it will do the installation because we are running the script. Just wait, soon the installation will complete and you will have all the details. So we got all of the details. It might take some time, 1 or 2 minutes, and then you will find all the details, all the installation, the models. That's what we have done. That's all the details which you will find. So I would suggest you to spend some time here, try to understand this, but it's a general configuration. Now once you're done with that, the CLI will go to download it, and here we got it. If you want to check, like we need the Docker Compose for multi-container. So you can simply copy this one and come back all the way down, paste here, hit enter, and here you will have the Docker Compose installed. Now you can come back here. If you want to check the Docker version, whether it's installed or not, you can simply copy and paste here, hit enter, and you can see this is the Docker version and the builder we have. Now you can come back here, you can check the Compose version, paste here, hit enter, and here you will have the Compose version. You can come back here and there you will find this is the details, and that's what we got it. Perfect. We are going with the upgraded one. Now you can come back here and let's run the hello world. Hit enter, run the hello world, and you will find unable to find the image hello world locally. So just wait. It's going to run it and it's happening, and you will find all of these models look great. So we have done the installation of the image and it will display hello. This message show that your installation is complete. So we got the same one, hello from Docker. This message, the installation is complete successfully, and we have done the installation of our Docker environment. Now if you come back here, let's go back to the next command we have. So you can come back here. I'm going to allow our user to run the Docker without the command. So simply copy this one and let's set that. Hit enter, and we have this one. Now you can come back here. You can simply call this, configure the Docker for the root, and we have this command. Now we can come back here, paste here, and here it's doing the installation. We got the models. Once you run with that, now you can simply check the system, enable, simply paste, hit enter, and here we got it. Now you can come back here. You can simply verify the Docker and the status. You can simply copy and hit enter, and you can simply see the entire system, the model, Docker, every single thing is looking great. Like we have all of this. Just wait, and it's going to show you something like this. That's what exactly happening here. We have the Docker service, it's got activated, and we have all the code. So you have to press Q to exit from this model. So this looks great. I can simply come back here and I can press Q. I'm exit now. Now I can come back here. We have the location. Perfect. Create a Docker domain config. So simply copy that one, and that's what we have to paste here. Hit enter, and here we got it. Now all you have to do is to simply copy, paste this entire configuration. So this is the entire configuration we have. It's like this portion. Paste here. Now you have to click on save and exit. So place Ctrl O to save. We'll say Ctrl O. We save it. Now we have to click on this enter. Once you're done with that, now you have to simply type Ctrl X to exit, and you are exit now. Once you're done with that, you can simply copy this command, paste here, hit enter, and you will find that we are on the reset Docker. Okay, it's reset our Docker. Now you can come back here. You can test the user which you have added. So simply copy that one, paste here, hit enter, and you will find we can access our user without the root. So perfect. Now if you want to check the Docker, you can simply copy that one, hit enter, and here you will find that confirm image container, created status, port, that's all is there. If you get any error, make sure to exit and you can simply retry. So that's how you can build the connection and simply run the command. So I'm not having any issue and I'm getting the success, perfect. And here we have successfully done the installation of for Docker. So you will find all the details and that's what we have done. We're getting this one. Now you can come back here, Docker command, which can simply try it out, test, and you will find all of these details. If you want to check the verification list, you can check that this is the Docker we have installed. You can simply add the version, the composer, which we have already set. You can check the active status, whether we have the system up and running, it's active. That's all is there. All the commands should succeed without an error. Perfect. And here we have the troubleshooting. So we have successfully done the installation of Docker. Now we have the safest environment where we can install our model. So got it. Close this one. Close this one. I'll save it. Now come back to the fifth one where we have to install our AI model. So here you will find this looks great and we already have the connection up and running. Now you can come back here and navigate to the directory. So we can simply copy this one, clone the OpenZebly repository. So first we have to go back to the directory. I'll simply paste, hit enter, and I'm in the directory. Now I can come back here. This is the repository we have on the Google for OpenClaw. So I'll simply copy that one and that's what I can paste here and let's close it. Okay. So what we are doing, we are cloning the repository because we are installing into our Docker environment. This might take a little bit time. Just wait. And it will take a few seconds to get installed. So finally, so we have cloned the repository. Now we can simply run this command to get into this particular directory. So simply paste here, hit enter, and you are in this directory we have installed. If you want, you can check the files. So you can simply paste the command and you will have all the details about the files we have in this repository we have cloned. Now you should see files like this. That's what we are seeing. Now we have to run the Docker setup. So this is what we have to execute, our Docker script. So this is the script we have in which I have done all the configuration. So you don't need to do anything. It will do all the installation of the models we need to set up the environment. So if you come back to the environment variable, and then you can see all the details. The only thing I have to provide is my OpenAI API key. There are multiple models which you can use like Anthropy, Gemini, that's all you can, but I'll go with OpenAI and rest of the configuration, I'm going to keep it as it is. Every single thing is looking good. The only thing I have to get is this OpenAI key. So I guess you have your OpenAI key. If you don't have, you can get it very easily. Come back here and I'm going to simply minimize this one. I'll go back here, type Open API key. I'll simply come back here, click on the very first link and it will take you to your API section. So make sure you have your account and create your account. So I'll simply create my account or login. I got into my account and I have created this API key. If I want, I can create a new one. So I'll simply delete the keys I have. So this is the one key they got and I'll remove the other key as well. Now let's try to create a new key. I'll click here. Let's call this new key and I'll make it default. Click on this create key and it's going to create me key. I'll simply copy that one and that's what I'm going to provide in my code. So obviously I'm not going to show you. I'll simply paste it here and I'll come back once I paste my key. Finally, I pasted my key. I'll open the installation section as well and this is the command we have to run. So I'll simply come down all the way. I'll simply paste here, hit enter, and you will find that it's doing the installation. This might take a little bit time. So you will find all the details. The script will build the Docker image, launch the onboarding wizard, configure your AI provider, start the gateway, and you will get something like this. Welcome to OpenClaw. So just wait, it's happening. Give some time, soon it will be completed. Finally, you will find a screen like this that we have done the installation. We have the OpenClaw, all of these details which you can read. And that's all is there. So before you hit enter, make sure to be yes. And then you can simply click on this enter. So I'll say enter. And it will ask you for a quick setup. You will get this one. Now click on this quick start, and here you will have all of this. And here you will have this one. I'll go with this OpenAI, hit enter, and you can provide this OpenAI codex. I will go say OpenAI key, and here I have to provide my OpenAI key. So I already have in my environment variable. Let me get that. Now once you paste your API key, now it will ask you to pick a model. So we'll hit that. You will have all of these options, details about the channels. That's all is there. And here we have the selected channel, which is the Telegram bot. If you come back here, you will find that this is the Telegram bot and this is what details you will find. So once you will press CTRL-C, it's going to stop the setup for the Telegram and it's going to simply close that and generate the token for you, which allows us to access our model. So this is the one which you have to copy and save it somewhere. Save. So I'll simply copy this one. I'm not going to show you this. Hide this one. I'll close this one. Now come back to the fifth setup. So let's say save this token. You will need it to connect with the client side. Yeah. Save this token. Write it down. Or okay. Now start the gateway. So start the clue gateway now. So we can say yes. What are the data we have? So gateway is already started. You can see the gateway is already running on this particular host. So what I will do, I'll come back here and I can check my Docker. So I can simply copy that one. And if I check, you will find that I have all of this port, which is absolutely fine. And that's what it's displaying. It will show something like that. Now you can come back here, simply copy that one, paste here, and you can see the logs. Means our system is successfully installed and every single thing is looking great. Now what we have to do is should show the startup error. That's fine. Now get your token, gateway token, if you have lost. So if you have lost your token, you can simply copy that one and you can get your token. Or I can simply copy and paste here, hit enter, and you will find this is all the Docker. I got it. Like CLI, every single thing is looking good. You'll see all of this OpenClaw control UI, status information, connecting device, and you will find this session history. Finally, I waited for a few seconds and the installation is completed. Our AI model is successfully deployed and now we can able to use it. So if you come back here, you will find this particular URL which you can open in your browser and you can communicate. So let me put my API key, the server API key. So you can simply come back here and you already have the server API key. You can simply copy that. And now you can come back here, simply replace with your server API key. You got it. Now you can simply copy that and you can open a new tab, hit enter, and you will find that here our OpenClaw is running absolutely fine. You'll find all of this localhost context and all of this model, the session, that's all is there. Disconnected from the gateway. This is absolutely normal. You will get this message when you will try to connect. If you come back here, you will find that we have successfully connected with our AI model and that's all is looking great. If I want, I can simply give a chat. I'll say, hey, and our AI is thinking and it's going to give us a response. Hello, how can I assist you? I'll say, tell me something about the chain coders, and it's going to find out the details for me on the browser and it's going to give me all the details. Ask all sort of questions. So we can ask it and I'm to give my actual URL. So it's going to fetch out all the details. So you can see you are getting the response. Means our AI, the OpenClaw is successfully deployed and it's up and running. You will see the use case, the storage, the bandwidth, the outgoing traffic. That's all you can see. The memory, the CPU uses, the incoming traffic. That's all you can see. That's all you can monitor and you can ask all sort of questions. So tell me joke and it's going to give you the joke. So here we'll say, why don't you secret fight each other? They don't have the goats. So you got the point that you have successfully connected and it's up and running. Now we can simply come back to our code editor and you will find that every single thing is looking good. I just want to give you one pro tip that if you encounter any error while following this particular installation, because sometime it will take a little bit time to load. So once you run this script, you might need to run once again. So if you face any error, I would suggest you come back to the extension and simply install this extension. Install this extension and connect with your cloud account and simply give the permission. Simply give the permission to CloudBot. So you can simply open this file and open it up, and you can simply come back here, copy this file name and paste here, and I have in this file, and just give the permission, hit enter, and whatever it's asking you, just give the permission, and at the end he will give you the result. So this is the another way for doing the setup, because we have already done the hard work. We have done the configuration, all the settings we have done, installation. So you can simply say execute this file, is going to read this file and is going to first run this command, then is going to do this, when it's going to install this one and execute all of this command one by one. Whatever credential it will ask you, simply go with yes and provide the credential. It's super simple. You will find it's working fine. Now, if you want, you can simply add your domain. You can buy a domain, you can connect, but this will come later. You can do it later. There is no need to add a domain at the moment. You can simply call this particular endpoint in our application straight away. We are done with this. We'll do the domain configuration later. It's not that necessary. Let's close this one, close this one. We got that because our application is running absolutely fine on our VPS server, which is this one. This one. This is the starting point. So if you come back here, this is your server. You can simply copy, open a new tab, paste here, and it's activated. It's live. Now you can able to have the chat. Perfect. So you can communicate with that. Now you can see all the stats. Come back here. Now we have to interact with the front end. This front end. You can come back to your chat, and from here you can able to give the command to perform all the action, and by chance you have lost your connection. Somehow you have lost your connection with the server and your token is not configured properly, then it might display disconnect. So in that scenario, you can come back to the overview section and here you will find the complete details. So by default, it will be reflecting here, because if this URL is visible, means all the configuration is done. Somehow you have not configured your token properly. So you can simply copy your token which you have got, and that's what you can give here. And click on connect. Agent model is successfully connected, and now you can utilize it. You can simply refresh and you can see it's connected. The system is running absolutely fine. You can come back here and check all the models that you have, the channels, you have the instance, you will have the session, you will have the use case. That's all you will find. So you can check that what are the things you have disabled. You can simply delete and you can control this model. So if you want, you can simply delete that access, but I want to have it because we need some of the action which we can include in our further projects. Some of the action. So you can come back to the use case. There you will find the uses you have done. You can see the port and the time frame. That's all you can control from here. You can come back to the core jobs and you can see right now it's empty because we haven't assigned any data. You can come back to the agents. Here you will have the agent. If you want to add more skills to your model properly, for example, if you are training this model for a specific task, so you can provide the skills. So you can come back here and you can simply import the skills, or you can simply search for it. That's all you will do. Come back to the nodes. There you will find multiple node which you can simply implement. So this is our first part of this course where we have learned that how we can simply set up our VPS hosting, where we're going to install our agentic OpenClaw model, how to do the configuration for the terminal. You have learned all of that, how we can create a sub user, because if you want to provide multiple security to your agent model, so not everybody can have the access to the feature, to the control. So in that way you can create multiple user. Like right now we have created 2 user, but you can create multiple one. So by chance, if you have lost your connection and it's displaying disconnect, it will display automatically here. All you have to do is to give your token and simply click connect and it would be connected successfully. So I hope you have understood that what exactly we have covered so far. And that's the only thing I want to cover in the first part. Now let's give a target. If I get, let's say, like 50 comments, then definitely I'm going to bring the second part where we're going to build the front end and we're going to include this agentic model where we can ask the question and perform all the tasks which you have seen in the demo. So just let me see how many of you really follow this course till the end. I need at least 100 comment in this video so I can understand that you guys are really interested in the next part, and I will start making the recording and in which we're going to build the front end where we can interact with the model we have deployed and we'll assign multiple tasks. So we can build different agents. We can build for Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, where we can give our credential and we can say, go and do this, and it's going to perform all the tasks. So at least I need 100 comment. So that's the only thing from my end. If you have any question, any doubt, do leave it in the comment section. And if you haven't checked the other project we have on the channel, so I'm blockchain developer. I like to work with all type of technology. My core development field is the blockchain. So make sure to follow all the blockchain project we have developed and try to learn about all the things we have in the Web3 development. So that's the only thing from my end in this video. Let's see you in the next part. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.